And we are live from the shores of Lake Ontario as we have a pretty good game going on today. We have the St. John Fisher Cardinals going on against the Oswego State Lakers. And both these teams coming in today, they're starting the 2025 season a little rough, but on paper, these teams, play style-wise, are just completely different. On one side, we have the Cardinals, where goaltending has just been a complete struggle for them. That is why we are seeing Morgan Parinello at goalie for the first time this season for St. John Fisher after a 5-0 loss. Benching Tegan Rosenkrantz, where on the other hand, we have Sam Krautman for the Oswego State Lakers, who is the backbone of this field hockey team for the Lakers. And then, on top of that, for St. John Fisher, they're coming in with only 7 shots on the season compared to Oswego's 24, and yet both teams have only scored 2 goals on the season. So, looking into this game, you can bet that both teams are looking to get it going on offense, whether it be producing shots or whether it be getting actual shots on goal. Both teams are still going through some growing pains, it seems, heading into this 2025 season, as we're looking to start off very, very soon. We have both sides lining up. St. John Fisher comes into this game looking for their first win on the season. Oswego picking up a win against Elmira 2-0, but then their other 2 games they've been shut out. So again, both teams offensively coming into this game have been rough. And St. John Fisher starting off with the ball. And we have a penalty early as we have Mary Kate McPhee heading to the ground, and Oswego is going to take the ball and head up the offensive zone. And another whistle. And a nice interception there by Allison Taplin as St. John Fisher looks to go past midfield. They're pushing, they're passing. Pushing into the zone. Again, a big thing for them is going to be able to produce shots, as through 2 games they have only had 7 shots, but there's one, but Krautman's just able to sweep that away. Another whistle here, as Oswego is going to retain the ball. It's going to be heading to Ellie Cazell as she's looking to set up. And just a poor pass there, a little bit long there, trying to get it to Maddie Stuckart. But St. John Fisher able to intercept the ball. St. John Fisher coming out here looking very aggressive. Maybe a fire lit up under them after that 5-0 loss. Nobody wants to be shut out, and no one wants to let up that amount of goals, especially at home. And so we've seen St. John Fisher living in Oswego's zone right now currently. Oswego's defense coming in, they're pretty young, so they're going to be going through some growing pains on the season. They have Alexa Schneider, the sophomore, to rely on, as well as sophomore Sam Krautman, but they have 4 freshmen coming into this defensive core. So heading into the 4th game of the season, maybe still a little bit of time they need to gel together, as we have a penalty corner by St. John Fisher. And it's passed in, but it's bobbled by Sydney Burms. You'd really like to get a handle on that. Was looking at a good shot on goal there, but just unable to handle the pass. And Oswego now looking to pass midfield as they retain possession. Some good defense there by Allison Taplin. As Oswego looks to set up the ball. Julia Unger to pass in. She gets it in there. And they're swinging the ball around, trying to find an open lane. But good defense there from Emma Muchow, who is able to interrupt the passing lanes. But Oswego able to get the ball back. Unger trying to creep into that zone. But that's going to be wide right, and St. John Fisher is going to retain possession. It's going to be very interesting watching Morgan Parinello in her first career start for St. John Fisher at goalie. It's been Tegan Rosenkrantz to start the season, but she has had her struggles. So coach is looking to make trying to see if maybe a switch will light a fire under this Cardinals team. As we're looking at another penalty corner. Another good chance here for St. John Fisher to get into the scoring column. A very good effort from them to start this game. And just, a good recovery from 15 and goal! St. John Fisher able to put it in the net early. Trying to prove the doubters wrong on those offensive struggles, coming in with only 7 shots on the season, but have had a barrage of shots on Krautman and just able to overpower her there on their second penalty corner penalty. Oswego playing on their heels a little bit, not looking as aggressive as they normally do. Just the pass over to Dent. Shields, I'm sorry. But St. John Fisher is able to regain possession, and what a pass there to get it to Sydney Burms. It's really close there. Nice tight corner. But Oswego able to get it back, but a battle here at midfield. And St. John Fisher is able to come out on top.
St. John Fisher goal score 5.
St. John Fisher looking to keep up the pressure here as she dances inside. Oh, but stopped there by Unger. Just a good defensive play. But it appears we're heading to another corner penalty for the Cardinals. Already 3 to start this game in just less than 5 minutes of play. Passing it in. And a good corral there, but just a good defensive stop there. It was a good try by Mary Kate McPhee, but a Oswego defender able to get their stick in and just block the shot entirely. But so far, this game has been all on the Oswego zone. Morgan Parinello is not facing a lot of pressure here as Krautman is just blocking shot after shot. She cannot say the same thing, as she's trying to keep this just a 1-score game for the Lakers, trying to keep them in this. As Oswego is able to retain possession, they have numbers, but unable to handle the ball there. A little bit of a stagnant approach at midfield ends up with St. John Fisher having the ball, trying to get it back into Oswego's zone, handled by Mary Kate McPhee, trying to get it over to Avery McLaughlin, and creeping in. Oh, but a penalty by St. John Fisher ends up what looked like a very promising scoring opportunity for the Cardinals. As Oswego looking to get something going here, as they're able to pass. And just a long ball there, corralled by Jordan Kaufman of St. John Fisher. And Oswego now looking at just their second time really getting into the St. John Fisher zone. Maybe they could come up with a couple of shots. But the thing for Oswego has been, while they have been able to get shots, only half of them have been on goal, which isn't the greatest percentage compared to what St. John Fisher has been putting up. So that will be definitely a goal for head coach Caitlin Hoover to tackle in today's game. It's another good stand by St. John Fisher Cardinals. But Oswego looking to fight back here, trying to keep it in the zone. But the Cardinals are swarming, flying all over the field. There's a battle down the sidelines, trying to keep it in. Lauren Frazee taking on two defenders and able to come away with it. As she looks to pass it off. And tough shot there taken by, I believe, Maddie Strucker. As she goes flying to the ground. Hopefully she's all right. As another whistle is called, and Allison Taplin will be passing in the ball for the Cardinals. But Oswego able to intercept the pass, and just another interception by the Cardinals. Playing a little bit of back and forth here between the two teams. As we have Holly Stewart trying to bring it up, passing over to Sam Curran as she's dancing around the defender. Her and Heather Dent battling on the outside there. And another whistle called, and Oswego will take possession. Looking to pass it in. And just a long ball there, but straight to a Cardinal defender. And another game of back and forth at midfield here, as Cardinals pass it back, trying to retain possession here. And a nice pass over to Lauren Frazee as she's trying to get it back in front of Krautman. Put on that pressure, and here come the Cardinals. What passing here, and what a shot, but just able to get in front of that is Crowtham. And another good offensive possession from the Cardinals. But Oswego now trying to take possession. Dancing on the sideline. Nice move. Able to get it to midfield. And another Cardinal defender goes to the ground, and that will be a penalty on Oswego, giving the ball back to the Cardinals. And just an errant pass there, as that's easily intercepted by an Oswego defender. As we have Camilla Gallego fighting for the ball midfield with a Cardinal defender, and looked like a little trip there, but nothing called. As Cardinals look to pass it in. Nice job to get it over to Frazee for the Cardinals. She swings it over to Caitlin Mahoney, who swings it over to Sam Curran. A nice game of back and forth between the Cardinals' offense right now. Really spreading out that Oswego defense, swinging it around. As they look to pass it in again in the Oswego zone. Caitlin Mahoney will take it. She's trying to go in. Oswego defender's there. It's Unger. And Krautman's out of the net. And she dives, and she's able to save it. Oh my, that looked like a goal from out here, but what a superhuman performance from Crowtham. That looked like what should have been Lily Humphrey's easiest goal of her career, but Crowtham comes out of nowhere flying like a superhero. And Crowtham is really doing her best here to keep Oswego in this game, facing shot after shot. Oswego looking to pay her a favor here and try to tie it up here, get it to a 1-1 game. But just another long pass gives the possession right back to the Cardinals. On paper, you would have never expected this from the Cardinals offense this season, but it looks like they are starting to come alive after a couple of stagnant games offensively. As Caitlin Mahoney will pass in the ball. Battle for it here between Oswego defender and the Cardinals. They're able to come away with it, but Crowtham's able to kick it all the way out. And Oswego's got numbers if they're able to collect it here. But a battle ends it up with it being in Cardinals' possession still. Crowtham has got her work cut out for her right now. As that is Camilla Gallego coming away with the ball for Oswego, but Cardinals able to get it right back as Mary Kate McPhee just steals it away. But they pass it right to an Oswego defender. A nice little battle here, just switching hands for both teams. Good effort from both sides. As we have Corinna Tompkins taking up the ball for the Oswego Lakers. She's able to get it over to Gallego. Another stoppage here. And it looks like Tompkins will take the ball again. As just a nice pass to get it between the Cardinal defenders and get it over to Ellie Kazel. A fantastic pass there by Tompkins. Both teams seem to be fighting with equal effort now after Oswego started a little sluggish for that first half of the quarter. But now both sides really looking to put on the pressure as Tompkins looking to pass it up the middle, but just a little long. Oswego's had a little bit of issue passing in the middle with a lot of long balls just going straight to Cardinals defenders. It's Jordan Kaufman bringing it up, and a nice pass by Kaufman. And Cardinals are on the move, but a whistle stops progression. But here they come. A little bit of dancing. A nice shot, but Croutham's able to kick it away. Crowtham is making sure you know she was the Rookie of the Year last year with how many saves she's made. As Oswego going up the sidelines, and what a move! That's Maddie Strucker just dancing down the sidelines, making Cardinals defenders look silly, and she's able to pass it in. Oh, but a good job by Morgan Parinello there to get in the way of Ellie Kazel. That was looking like the best opportunity for the Lakers there of the game, but just a great job by Parinello to get in front of that ball. But Oswego still having possession here, looking to come out of this first quarter with a tied game, trying to get in that final couple of seconds. But Cardinals able to steal away the ball, and that will be the first quarter as the Cardinals take a 1-0 lead against the Lakers. So far, a good game here. Cardinals coming out much more aggressive than anyone would have anticipated, and Crowtham is putting on a clinic with Superman saves and kicking balls left and right, and a little bit of a spark from the Oswego offense there in those final 5 minutes has me feeling like we're gonna have a pretty good game here for these final 3 quarters here, as we're in the first quarter timeout. Morgan Parinello has had so far, while she hasn't faced a ton of pressure, is looking pretty comfortable there in the net. Obviously, that has been an issue for the Cardinals with both a 2-3 loss in their season opener and then an 0-5 loss, coming in with only 75% save percentage from Tegan Rosenkraus. The Cardinals looking to switch it up here with Parinello, and so far she looks comfortable. She looks pretty strong. So far, Cardinals have 10 shots on net. An incredible feat for just the first quarter. And not to mention, it is 8 shots on goal. Crowtham is just keeping them in this game, as any other field hockey goalie might have let in a couple squeak through, especially that one where Crowtham went flying in order to save that ball. And we're 5 seconds away from the start of the second quarter. And we're about to be off. And I'm sorry, I did not announce the person who scored for the Cardinals was number 13, Sam Kerr, with a assist by Jordan Kaufman. As the Cardinals are looking to start off with the ball. And we're off. Cardinals looking to keep that offensive pressure. Have it deep in Oswego zone. It will be very interesting here to see if they'll be able to keep up the pressure. On a nice pass between two Oswego defenders, but they're able to get it back as Ellie Cazell comes up midfield, able to swing it over. Ooh, but a good takeaway by Lily Humphrey there. It was just a little bit of sloppy ball handling there from Natalie Shields. But Julia Unger looking to pass it in to Shields. But it goes to Gazelle. But the Cardinals fighting for it, looking to take it away. Holly Stewart in there, strong-arming them. But Oswego with a nice look. Oh, but Parinello able to get the right foot in there and just instantly stopped that ball. A good save by Parinello there, as that lane was looking wide open for the Oswego attacker, but Parinello stayed confident in that net and just was able to swat that away. As Shields on the sideline, but not able to keep it in bounds. Been a little bit of a struggle for her to start this second quarter. As we have Holly Stewart looking to pass in the ball for the Cardinals. And it's intercepted by Oswego, taken away by Harley Gilberti. But the Cardinals able to come away with it, and it was looking like she was going to take it, like she was going to run all the way with that, but slowed it down, and they're passing, and just a little bit too long there, as it's going to go out of bounds and go into Oswego's possession. So you have Julia Avery passing it in for the Oswego Lakers. And a little bit of traffic there on that pass. Had two defenders on that Oswego player. Not sure why. But the Cardinals able to keep possession. Looking to get it deep into that Oswego zone, but Oswego is battling. They're not allowing those same wide open shots that they were allowing in that first quarter. Looking to stick up for Crowtham after she bailed him out in the first. And Unger looking to track down the ball, fighting with two Cardinals there, but Cardinals able to keep the ball, but not for long. As Oswego retains possession. And another long ball just intercepted. Long balls have not been Oswego's strong suit, as several of them have been intercepted by Cardinals defenders just swooping in and stealing it, as Cardinals are looking to go down the sideline. But again, unable to keep that in bounds, as Oswego is going to retain possession. Another long ball by Oswego, intercepted by Caitlin Mahoney. The defensive aggression for the Cardinals has been paying off. Their defensive aggression has led to them having several offensive possessions. So definitely a key point for the Cardinals this game. As they're heading up, trying to keep more pressure on Crowtham, but Oswego able to battle them off. But there will be a penalty corner coming up. It will be the 4th of the game. Sorry about that. The Cardinals will be starting just in Oswego possession. Oswego takes it back, looking to get it to midfield, chipping it over to Maddie Struckert. She's looking to get it in between the legs of the Cardinals defender, and able to do so. Natalie Shields will be taking up. Oh, nope. She's going to pass it over to Alexa Schneider, who is going to be looking to pass it in for Oswego. And Oswego maybe looking to set up some quick short passing, but Sydney Burns has been all over on defense, able to get in between passes and just able to be a menace for that Cardinals defense. Ooh, a strong hit here. Able to get it in, but just, again, that Cardinals defense swarming so quick to the ball, just able to disrupt that Oswego passing lanes. And another whistle here is going to give Cardinals possession in Oswego territory. As the Cardinals look to ride it up the sideline, trying to maybe find a player across. Oswego able to take it away. Another pass intercepted. This one by Caitlin Mahoney. As Mahoney looks to pass it in, but intercepted by Oswego. And Maddie Strucker will be taking up the ball. She wins a fight there against Mahoney and taking it to midfield, but just a great job by the Cardinals defenders to step up and take that ball away like it was nothing. Oswego looking to pass in the ball. Got a little bit of airtime there as it gets to midfield, but it will stick with Oswego. Oswego at midfield looking to tie up this game. Haven't put a ton of pressure on that new goaltender. Maybe look to get a couple of multiple shots in a possession. Could get Parinello a little uncomfortable in that net. But so far, that Cardinals defense has been shutting down passing lanes like it's nothing. So they've been fighting for every inch on the Cardinals side of the field. But able to get it past the defenders, and Strucker just unable to control that one. That was looking nice. Just Just got to control it a little bit better. That's something Lakers head coach Caitlin Hoover will definitely mention in the locker room when this second quarter ends, is they've got to control this ball. They've had good possessions just squandered by ball control. As the Cardinals will be taking it up with Jordan Kaufman. As she hammers it past midfield, but to an Oswego defender. Oswego maybe just looking to get a little bit of aggression going before this second quarter ends. Only 6 minutes remain. Looking to tie it up heading into the half. As that's going to be Holly Stewart hawking down the ball. Looking to get it to a teammate. They're fighting Natalie Shields and Allison Taplin. As the Cardinals, are able to retain possession. With Kaufman looking to pass it forward, looking for someone to pass it to, and she just swings it over to her right. Looked like she was trying to pass it deep, but didn't look like anyone was open, apparently. And the Cardinals able to come away with the ball, and they're moving. And that's a long ball, and it's going to get there. The Cardinals with numbers looking to pass. Oh, and just a great job there by number 11, Heather Dent, to stay in front of the net. Really helping out Crowtham there. And there's Fracy, with the ball for the Cardinals as they look to try to get another look like that against Crowtham. They haven't had the same success that they did in the first quarter, but that's not to discredit their tries, as they still look very good on the offensive side of the ball. As we're looking, the teams are huddling up. Cardinals will retain possession here in Oswego territory, and it will be a penalty corner, something that was very beneficial to the Cardinals in the first quarter. And it will be Stewart to pass in the ball, and Cardinals swinging it around. It's bouncing around there. Ooh. If I'm Crowtham, I'm taking a big breath of relief there as it was bouncing around. Might be a little hard to see between all the defenders and attackers there. And what a play there to hawk down the ball by Mary Kate McPhee, but Oswego able to get it right back. But that's not to discredit the effort there by McPhee. That looked like a routine pass to the side that just did not go to fruition for Oswego. Oswego will be looking to get it out of their zone. Oh, a nice try there by Allison Taplin to get it on net, but it looked like it might have been deflected by an Oswego defender to get it, so it went just wide right of the net. Oswego looking with the long ball, and just again, just right in front of it is Fracy, who is just knocked to the ground by Lily Kershaw. Is maybe taking out a little bit of anger there as they just have not been able to get the ball out of their zone. She shoulders Fracy to the ground. Hopefully Fracy's all right. She popped up quickly, so we'll give the Cardinals the ball in Oswego territory with Mahoney passing it in. She'll look to pass behind her. And that will be taken away by Strucker. And a couple of bounce arounds, and it ends up in the... Oh! Taking up the sideline wasn't a Oswego attacker, but just right in the way was someone on the Cardinals, and it just... They collided. Oswego able to retain possession there. Both players popped up just fine, so seems both players are all right. So Oswego looking to finally get some shots on goal here against Parinello. But a whistle's going to give possession back to the Cardinals. And gets it right past Unger. And St. John Fisher is on the move as they're just able to avoid Addison Carrier there. They're just missing these Oswego defenders, and they're able to get it very deep down in Oswego territory. And that will be Stewart bringing it up. And great passing here by Fisher, able to center it in front of the net. She's got a lane here, and that's going to be a great swat by Crowtham, as a deflection almost cost them there by Oswego as it jumps up, but Crowtham with those cat-like reflexes just able to swat that away like it's nothing. And Oswego is able to retain possession as players go tumbling to the ground there, but they pop right back up. It will give Oswego possession, looking to get it to midfield. Cardinals in these passing lanes have been nothing short of amazing, as they've just been taking everything away for Oswego on this offensive attack. But here's Oswego making it past midfield, which has been a little bit of a rarity this game, and they're able to get it right down the middle. Not able to get it to a defender, but it looks like they will retain possession in Cardinals territory here. It appears we'll be taking a penalty corner. This will be the first penalty corner that Parinello will be facing. Maybe a little bit of nerves going for the St. Cardinals goalie right now, as Oswego will be looking to pass it in. And it's in. And she blasts it, but not to no avail, as there's a Cardinals defender right there. But it looks like we'll be setting up for Oswego to take it over in Cardinals territory again, as Oswego looking to get it past these defenders, just building a wall around their goalie, looking to protect her. Haven't been a ton of great looks, with the only ones being towards the goalie she's only had to kick away. But Oswego looking to change the momentum of this game. How big it would be if they could score in the final 10 seconds of this half to make it a tied game. But that will not be the case, as the buzzer rings and we will be heading to halftime. So far, an impressive showing from both squads in this first half. Extremely impressive performance by St. John Fisher, especially, who will end the half with 15 shots, with 10 of those being on goal, 4 corners. And this is to just Oswego's mere 3 shots on net, but with an impressive at least 2 shots on goal. The team's kind of flipping their strategies for how they usually play here, as it's usually St. John Fisher with the lack of shots, but a lot on net, and Oswego with the barrage of shots. All right, and we'll be heading to break, but when we come back, we will have that second half of the Oswego State Lakers versus the St. John Fisher Cardinals. Welcome back, and we are just 2 minutes away from the start of the second half, as we have the Cardinals versus the Lakers, with the Cardinals having a 1-0 lead on the Lakers. I'm your play-by-play commentator, Eric Palmieri, joined by the wonderful, the amazing color commentator, Eric Palmieri. And we will be starting here in just a minute 30, as the story of this game has been this Cardinals offense for St. John Fisher. They are looking at 15 shots that they have shot against Crowtham, who, to her credit, has been outstanding, with 10 of them being on goal and only one of them squeaking past her. So that has been just they have had a barrage of offense in the first 30 minutes of this game, and obviously that will be something that they will be looking to continue as they're trying to not net their first win on the season. Now, as for the Lakers, they've struggled a little bit. They've been playing on their heels. They just haven't been able to get the passing going, with Cardinal players just stepping into that passing lane. And they will be looking to get just more shots on net, as just 3 shots and 2 of them being on goal is all they were able to muster in 30 minutes of play, as the players are lining up, and we are just 20 seconds away. Will Oswego be able to tie it up, or will the Cardinals fly away with it? Stay tuned at WTOP as we start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll be off, as Oswego will be looking to start with the ball. A little bit of a standoff here as they're waiting for the ball. And we're off. Oswego starting with possession. Passing it over to Unger. Passing will be the big thing for Oswego. Will they be able to hit some of those long balls that were just hawked down by the Cardinals in the first half? As we have Holly Stewart taking possession for the Cardinals. And this is a sight that we're very used to seeing in this game, is the Cardinals in that Oswego territory looking to strike against Crowtham. As Stewart will take it again. And she passes it back to her defender, Allison Taplin. Scrambles. And they're just looking to get a clean possession. A little bit of scrambling here from the Cardinals, but starting to tighten up here as Stewart passing down the sideline for Fracey, but just unable to find her. And Oswego will retain possession here as Unger passes it in, but it's just sent straight to a Cardinals defender, and Fracey able to get it in between the legs, able to meg the Oswego defender there as the Cardinals are racing. Oh! And she just unable to keep her footing there as she was racing towards Crowtham. Maybe just got a little bit overexcited there as she fell to the ground. But the Cardinals will keep possession here as they're passing it around at midfield. And it will be Leah Herbert passing in the ball, who swings it over to Stewart and back to Herbert. And they're just using this sideline, just passing back and forth between that and midfield, and able to get it in. The Cardinals have been a good look here. She's got to turn around and shoot it. But Oswego defender is able to come over there like a brick wall and protect Crowtham, able to surround her, but they're still able to get it past the wall. Crowtham able to kick it away, and Stewart battling with Ellie Castle to try to get possession, and a whistle's blown, and it will be Oswego retaining possession. A great defensive stop there from Oswego, as that passing inside of the zone was stellar from the Cardinals. But a great response from Oswego keeps this a one-score game, as Holly Stewart gets the ball from the Oswego attacker, but it's able to stick with Oswego as Stucker looks to bring it up the sideline, and a whistle is blown. And it will be the Cardinals' ball, as Holly Stewart will be looking to pass it in. And she gets it. It takes a couple of hops, but it's able to get to her intended target, Mary Kate McPhee, who is able to get a quick pass over to Avery McLaughlin. And just like that, they are back in Oswego territory. Not a new sight, as they look to set it up. Get it over. She gets it over to McLaughlin. McLaughlin dancing in front of Krautman, trying to get it past her. Krautman doesn't know where it is. She's scrambling. Krautman diving on it. Is it in, or was she able to collect it? It looks like Krautman was able to save that. Just an outstanding performance from Krautman today. Really showing you why she led the SUNYAC in saves last year with this performance. But the Cardinals will look for their chance to answer, as it looks like they'll get a free shot on net. It will be Holly Stewart taking they'll be charging the net. I'm sorry. It's a free shot on net. I'm sorry, but it goes left for Holly Stewart. A great dive there, just forces the ball left, and another outstanding save by Krautman. And Oswego now retains possession, but just gives it right back to the Cardinals. Passing has not been their strong suit, but able to intercept is Natalie Shields. She was racing down the field there, but still able to retain possession, and they're trying to pass it around midfield, but it's able to go back to the little game of back and forth here between the teams as they're passing it back and forth to each other. And Unger with the ball. But it will go back to the Cardinals, as another long ball just goes too far north for the Oswego Lakers. Holly Stewart passing back to her defender, racing up the field, but unable to control that one. Unger with the ball, passes over to Shields. And a fight on the sideline there ends up with the Cardinals retaining possession, with Holly Stewart looking to pass it in. And a great pass there to get it over to midfield. They're swinging it around, spreading out the Oswego defense, trying to set up the long ball, but Natalie Shields able to step in front of that one. And what a pass there, able to get it to the Oswego attacker on the outside. It was a beautiful pass there. But it will be Cardinals' ball as Holly Stewart looks to pass it in. Fight right now at the start of Oswego. Sorry, not Oswego territory, Cardinals territory. And the Cardinals are racing. Will she be able to get to it in time? A great stop there. Good pass in. And they're looking for another shot on net. And that one just goes a little bit right of the net. That she was able to beat the goalie, but just a little too far right, as the score stays 1-0. a little Lady Luck striking Oswego there, as that had all means of going in. The Cardinals attacker had Crowtham dead to rights on that one, as Leah Herbert looks to pass it in. And she gets it to McLaughlin, who makes another move. McLaughlin getting Crowtham on the ground. Crowtham trying to stand up. And Oswego able to hold off on this Cardinals attack, but Leah Herbert able to get it right back. And they're right back in front of Crowtham. And that one's just going to go far right. And it's actually going to go into the soccer net for a goal. But obviously that is not going to count and keep this game at 1-0. No matter if it's win or loss, not enough can be said about this effort from Crowtham and this Oswego defense for keeping it a one-score game. As Leah Herbert looks to pass it in, they're still in Oswego territory, keeping that pressure up consistently for the 43 minutes of this game that have been played so far. Sorry, not 43 minutes. Oh, and a goal by the Cardinals as they're able to get another one past Crowtham. And that, with how Oswego's offense has been looking, could be an early sign of a nail in the coffin. Don't want to get your hopes up too quickly, but Oswego is going to be looking to go into... Sorry about that. That was a save. That was not a goal. That was an incredible save by Crowtham, as it is staying 1-0. Just an incredible performance by her. As Oswego looking to get it past midfield. In a battle here between the two teams, and it looked like Allison Taplin was able to come out with it, but a whistle will make it a Oswego ball. As they're able to get it over to the sideline, as they had Meg Kubler running up the sidelines with it, and they're able to get it in front of Megan Perinello, maybe able to see if they can get the goalie in her debut get her a little bit nervous. As lackluster as the offense has been for Oswego, this is just a one-score game. All they need is one good possession. This is a tied game, folks. But here come the Cardinals, and this is going to be Sam Curran who passes it in front of the net. But Oswego is able to get in front of those passing lanes and able to get it back a little. They can wipe the sweat from their brows there, as that was a little scary for the Oswego Lakers. But Cardinals able to steal it right back, and they are looking to push. They are angry after not scoring that goal. They are angry with how Crowtham has denied them so many times at this point. As it's going to stay with Amy McLaughlin, who dances it in, gets it over to an attacker. Crowtham on the ground again. But able to clear it is the Oswego defender. Just an incredible job by Crowtham and this Oswego defense, as they have faced not 10, not 20, but 21 goals on net. 21 goals in total, with 13 of them being on goal. That is an insane amount of pressure to be facing, as the Cardinals will be looking to take a penalty corner. So the pressure is not going away anytime soon for this Oswego defense. Holly Stewart looking to pass in for the penalty corner. That's Oswego setting up in that net. Stewart passes it in. Gets it over to her player. Looking it in. Ooh, got good airtime, but Crowtham able to swat that down back to the ground. Not in my house, she says. as Oswego will retain possession, but just gives it right back to the Cardinals as Leah Herbert is able to step in front of that one. And Frazee able to, looking to dance with the defenders, able to keep possession for Cardinals, and they're looking to go fast. Quick pass in by Stewart, able to get it between the legs of the Oswego defender. And a shot that came out of nothing there for the Cardinals. The one word that you could say about the Cardinals today is aggression, aggression, aggression. And right back in front of the Oswego net is that ball. Can the Cardinal defenders finally chip in that second goal of the day? Possibly. As they gather up in front of the net, looking for yet another penalty corner. Penalty corners have been their best friend here, as it will be Holly Stewart passing it in. She's done a great job at getting it to her player. She gets it in. Nice passing, and just a rocket there. And another, and a whiff. But another good offensive possession there by the St. John Fisher Cardinals. Oswego looking to take possession here for the first time in a while. Looking to get it past midfield. And it's just going to go straight into the stick of Haley as Vito. Oswego able to step in front of that one, but Cardinals able to retain it quickly, as it will be Sydney Burns on the sideline trying to take it up for the Cardinals, passing it over to Stewart, who gets it quickly to Taplin. And this ball is moving quickly as the passing has been elite. But that Oswego defense able to swarm the ball, leave no more passing lanes for them. Holly Stewart able to shut down that quick Oswego response, trying to get it past midfield. And just too hard of a shot there as it bounces off her intended player's leg. But Holly Stewart able to get it right back here. But Oswego will retain possession after the whistle. And another whistle will give Oswego possession again. And here might be their shot to maybe get it tied going into that third quarter. It will be Julia Unger setting up. She picked up the ball, taking it over to a different spot, and now looking to pass it in is Unger. And she passes it over to the sidelines, but a nice job by the Cardinals defender to get the stick in there. As they look to get it out, but intercepted by Unger. And another nice stand by this Cardinals defense. Not enough can be said about this Cardinal defense and sticking up for their goalie in her season debut. Making sure that she is nice and comfortable in net, as Oswego will be taking possession in Cardinals territory. With less than a minute remaining on the clock, Oswego looking to get this game tied before the final 15 minutes. And another whistle will give Oswego the chance to pass it in. A little game of back and forth here between the Oswego attackers, trying to set up that sideline attack, but the Cardinals have been all over it, just putting their sticks into the passing lanes of the Oswego Lakers. There's a battle on the sideline here. What a battle by both players, as that's Natalie Shields and I believe it is Allison Taplin that we're fighting over there on the sideline for possession, as that will be the third quarter, and we will be taking a 2-minute break before the final quarter. A great third quarter there from both sides as the Cardinals look to keep up that offensive pressure, as they have now 24 shots in this game compared to just Oswego's 3. And while Oswego's offensive game has been nothing to write home about, not enough can be said about the defensive performance here by Crowtham and her defenders. Will this performance pay off, and will they be able to tie it up? We'll find out in the coming minute. Both, if you're the head coach of either team, though, you can't be disappointed with how either side is performing. One thing that Oswego might look to do here, though, is pressure Parinello, as she hasn't faced any pressure in this game, kicking away only one ball, and that was early in the second quarter. But for first and third quarter, she has not faced many troubles her way. Another player who has just been incredible, though, for the St. John Fisher Cardinals has been Avery McLaughlin. Avery McLaughlin, when she is rushing towards the goalie on the inside, has been dancing around those defenders like it is nothing. She's been spinning them around and round and round, and able to get shots on goal because of it. While they haven't gone in, the effort has certainly not gone unnoticed, as we are starting the final 15 minutes here now, as the players go to their respective sides, and it will be Oswego starting with the ball. Players pumping each other up, giving each other some fist bumps. One thing to know about this Oswego team is how young they are coming into this season. We have, I believe I mentioned this in the pregame, but 4 new defenders, freshmen, coming into this season, as well as their 2 top goal scorers leaving last season. This is a team that needs to find their identity on offense and defense. So each game here, no matter the performance, no matter win or loss, will be good to see for head coach Caitlin Hoover, as Holly Stewart trying to pass it to a Cardinal. And the Cardinals starting off a little aggressive here, but able to stop that was a Oswego defender, and ooh, she looked like she might have extended something as she stretched all the way out to stop that one. And Cardinals having possession at midfield here, looking to keep up this offensive pressure, as there is McLaughlin able to, with a nice pass, and another nice pass to get it inside, but just a great job to get in front of that ball by the Oswego defender. But that will end up in a penalty corner for the St. John Fisher Cardinals. It will be Holly Stewart going back there again. This will be the Cardinals' 7th penalty corner of the game. This has really been their bread and butter today, as it keeps you on the edge of your seat with every time she passes it in. As she gets it over, swinging it around. Ooh, McLaughlin there, but just misses. Crowtham able to alter that shot again, just making it go wide right. Or wide left, excuse me. And Oswego looking to get this one past midfield, but just, oh, a great play by Maddie Strucker to take that ball away from Haley Asvito. And a great individual effort there by Maddie Strucker as she tried to say, fine, I'll do it myself, and tried to get a shot on Parinello there. And there's McLaughlin trying to get between three Oswego defenders. Maybe a bit too much to chew there. Maybe should have passed it to another attacker, but it will be a Oswego ball down the sideline. It's Maddie Strucker trying to get it past the Cardinal defender. And the whistle blows. And it will stay with the Cardinals. And they'll make a switch here. Looking for Jordan Kaufman to take it up, who hammers it over to McLaughlin. But that pass is going to be intercepted by Julia Unger. And the ball will stick with Oswego here after the whistle. And the ball is able to squeak through all the way over to Alexis Schneider. But the Cardinals are all over it as Holly Stewart looking to bomb it deep. And she finds her player. That's Mary Kate McPhee. And the Cardinals are now into Oswego territory, looking to keep up this deadly attack. And that one's going to go wide left. Tried to maybe see if she could get a nice little rebound goal after it bounced around between a couple of players, but to no avail, as it will be a Oswego ball. And that one's going to go out of bounds. Just a mental error there by Julia Avely, as St. John Fisher is going to get it right in Oswego zone after that one just sailed out of bounds. And a battle here between two defenders and two attackers, but Oswego looks like they're coming out on top with it. Able to corral that one. Good control here from the Oswego players, and Maddie Stucker battling there, but too much stick action there as the penalty is called, and it will be Cardinals ball, and they're looking to go straight on the attack. Oh, a Cardinals player right in, it was Mary Kate McPhee was right in front of Sam Crowtham, but the whistle was blown, and we will be taking another penalty corner. And it will be Holly Stewart passing in the ball. Stewart waiting for the whistle. And there they go. Can they get a two? Oh! And just a sniper from long range, able to make it 2-0. It takes a lot of weight off the shoulder of this Cardinals team as they are able to get a 2-0 lead. No longer just a one-score game. Oswego will need to pull some black magic here with the way their offense has been playing to get 2 goals and tie this game up. As they look to go on the move, but a whistle blows them dead, and they'll be looking to pass it in. Alexis Schneider. Getting it over to Natalie Shields, who's taking it up the sideline, but is taken away from the Cardinals defender. Just another great defensive play by a Cardinals player. They have played this game excellently, as here come the Cardinals up the sidelines, looking to make it a 3-0 game, but Crowtham says not on my watch, as he's just able to swallow that one up, and we'll be looking at the Cardinals taking possession in Oswego territory. Nice kick out by Crowtham. But that will result in yet another penalty corner. Definitely don't want to see the Cardinals take the foot off the gas here now that they have an insurance goal. So maybe we'll see the pressure keep up here as they try to make it a 3-0 game on this penalty corner. And just another rocket, but stopped there by Natalie Shields. But the Cardinals able to retain possession and a spin move. Ooh! A nice move there by the Cardinals attackman. Sweet little move there. But Oswego will retain possession. And with the insurance goal and only 8 minutes remaining, in the next coming minutes, if Oswego doesn't lay on the pressure, we could see some substitutions and maybe some new players get some new playing time here. This has got to feel good for the Cardinals players, though, after the train wreck game that was the September 6th game where they lost 5-0. A 2-0 lead has got to feel pretty good for these players. And you know the bus ride home will be bumping if they are able to come out with this win. But Oswego have the ball in Cardinals territory. It's Julia Unger looking to pass it deep, but just unable to find a player in that crease, and it will be Cardinals ball. Cardinals looking to bomb it to midfield. Goes past both an Oswego and Cardinal player, and it will go with the Oswego Lakers. As it will be Unger passing it over to Shields. Shields looking to make a move, and the whistle blows, but the play continues. Maybe a little bit of confusion there as you saw number 2, Lauren Frazee, kind of throw up her arms there. Wasn't sure whether to keep playing or not. And it will be Cardinal ball. And what a pass there as she bombs it past midfield. And another pass gets it one-on-one. Now looking to get a shot off against the goalie. But a great defensive play there by Ella Kazel stops the momentum in their tracks. And we are looking at yet again another penalty corner. This will be Oswego's 10th penalty corner of the game this will be the Cardinals' 10th penalty corner of the game compared to Oswego's just one penalty corner. With Holly Stewart passing in that ball. Can Oswego keep this game competitive here? And what a dive by Crowtham. She's been putting her body on the line for this game. And another diving attempt. Saw Crowtham clawing at the ground there, just able to swat it away. An overall outstanding effort from Crowtham for this game. But the Cardinals will be setting up for yet another penalty corner. And how many can Crowtham stop? That is the question. There's a battle here right in front of the net. A little bit scary for the Oswego State Lakers. But Crowtham able to kick that one away. And we will be looking at yet another penalty corner. It will be Holly Stewart passing in the ball. Getting the ball in, and a nice move by the attacker. but unable to get it past the second one, as this will be Oswego ball. Excuse me. Oswego looking to make some late game magic here with just under 6 minutes remaining. Trying to fight for it, but a penalty called there on Heather Dent gives the ball right back to the Cardinals, and they're looking to strike. The Cardinals have not taken their foot off the gas for this entire game, and so far it looks like it will end up proving beneficial for them as they're looking at a 2-0 lead with just 5 minutes remaining in this game. And whistle blown on the sidelines will result in Cardinal ball in Oswego territory. They're looking who to pass it in, and who else but Holly Stewart passing it up the sidelines. And a nice effort there by Addison Carrier, able to get the ball back for Oswego as she fought for the ball on the sidelines. As Oswego looks to pass it in and gets it right to a Cardinals defender, but she stepped out of bounds. And another pass in just right to a Cardinals defender, and now a little bit of a battle here for the ball, as it will be Ellie Kazel dancing around midfield right now, getting between a couple defenders, and a miscommunication there between Kazel and Gilberti, as she thought she was just going to level off, but Gilberti kept going, and that ended up with the ball being left out in no man's land, and it will be Cardinals ball. Now just under 4 minutes remaining, and Cardinals controlling this ball at midfield. Can they play a little bit of keep away for these remaining minutes, or will they just continue to put pedal to the metal here and try to go for goal number 3? As Holly Stewart passes it back to her defender, but that is too strong. Looking to just pass it over nice and smooth, but almost a little bit of a disaster there for the Cardinals. As Oswego's gonna, and a battle here at midfield between Sophia Melfi and, Carly King. And good effort there from both players, but is going to end up being Cardinals ball, but intercepted there by an Oswego defender. And she gets it over to Carly King. And they're able to get it going down the sidelines. Get it back to midfield, and a nice string of passing, but just unable to keep the momentum going as they give it right to a Cardinals defender right when they got past midfield. And here come the Cardinals, not showing any delay in their attack, as a little bit of a tumble there by a Oswego defender. She gets right back up, though. And a little bit of a battle here at midfield as the ball is not moving, but both players are going at it. And it finally squeaks past midfield. And we're in another stalemate. And the whistle blows, and that will be Cardinals ball. Poked away there by the Oswego defender. But the Cardinals able to get another nice long pass to get it into Oswego territory. Look at them. 1 minute on the clock, but they're not playing keep away. They want goal number 3. And just another long ball goes too wide for Oswego. but it appears that it might have touched a Cardinals player at the end there. So we'll stay with the Oswego ball. Just under a minute now remaining. Can Oswego pull off the impossible as it's Cardinals ball right now going towards Crowtham? And that is a long, long ball as both players were booking it, trying to get over, but to no avail, and it will go out of bounds and be a Oswego ball. A long ball down the sideline. It's good passing here by Oswego. Oh, but just bullied by Leah Herbert in the middle. Gives Cardinals the ball, and now they're just trying to take out the clock here with just 10 seconds left remaining. And the whistle's blown. And that will be game as the Cardinals will get their first win on the 2025 season against the Oswego State Lakers with a dominant 2-0 victory. The Cardinals' offense this game has just been incredible. Over 20 shots on net against one of the best goalies in the SUNY, mind you, and able to squeak past 2 goals against her is no small feat. So just all around, an incredible job by the offense, and overall just an incredible job by both the Oswego and Cardinals defense. But that will be it from me here at Laker Turf. Have a great night, everybody.